Well, it's not often we get to do podcasts here at ARH, but we thought this story was pretty special. It's about a cat named Rigel who was missing for 49 days in freezing temperatures in Canberra. It's a touch and go story, full of emotion, and I'll let Rigel's mum explain all the details. On the phone we have Melanie. G'day, Melanie.
Hi, Brian. How's it going?
It's fine. How's Canberra weather?
It's icy cold.
Icy cold. Not as cold as it was for Rigel. Tell us Rigel's story.
Okay. Mid-June, we had family coming down visiting from Queensland to come play in the snow here in Canberra, and unfortunately someone left a door open. Rigel and his sister Bella have been strictly indoor cats for the last 12 years.
Right.
So Rigel took this as an opportunity to go on a bit of an adventure. He is a bit of a pampered puss. He doesn't venture outside. He likes to stay inside and has the electric blanket going.
Uh-huh.
He's a bit of a cold frog. He doesn't like the cold at all.
I'm getting a bit of a picture here.
Yeah, which was quite surprising that he even ventured outside. But I think given, 12 years indoors, he thought, here's my chance. I'll go suss out what's on the other side of the door. And so he ventured out for 49 days in our -9 degree temperature here.
Where do you think he was hiding?
In all honesty, I have no idea. I've been racking my brains trying to work out where he's been and what he's been up to. I honestly believed that someone had him, being a pedigree oriental cat.
Right.
I thought, who's not used to outside. I really thought he would just stand in the one spot and cry until someone picked him up. Obviously, that didn't happen. He was out there surviving outside on his own, which I wouldn't in a million years have believed that he was able to do.
Right. Let's move forward. What was it, 49 odd days there? How was he found and what condition was he in when he was found?
We were desperate to find Rigel. His sister suddenly started rapidly declining with cardiac renal issues.
Ooh.
So I created a Facebook page and was out looking for him every day and sharing his page. And it wasn't Bella crossed the Rainbow Bridge on a Wednesday, and Rigel was found 3 days later. He was 5 kilometres from home. He was found having seizures on someone's front driveway. They rushed him to a local vet. He was all but dead. He was having massive seizures. He was severely dehydrated, severely malnourished. He had no registerable body temperature. He was all but gone, and we wanted to rush him to the animal referral hospital, which was 15 minutes away.
Right.
The local vet the people who found him took him into, didn't think he would survive the 15-minute trip. He was that far gone.
Gee.
But we figured 49 days of him fighting outside, we had to fight for him. So we took the chance and we rushed him over, and ARH is where miracles happen for Rigel and for us.
Yeah.
I just can't speak highly enough of the staff there. From the minute they knew that we were coming, they had the doors open and they saw us and they just said, run him straight to the back. And they had oxygen ready and they had heat packs ready and they just snapped straight to work on him. And if it wasn't for them, he would not have survived. He wasn't thought to make the 15-minute drive.
What an emotional journey for you though, Melanie. Goodness me. In that,
it was terribly, terribly emotional. We were doing round-the-clock care for Bella from the moment she started declining, and then Rigel going missing, and the two have never been apart. Since the moment they were born, they've never been apart. The condition that he was in all honesty, made me sick.
Yeah.
He was so skeletal, he couldn't move other than these seizures that he was having. When we rushed into the vet that the people had taken him to, and I went, Rigel, Mummy's here, and he lifted his head and looked at me, and he cried, and then he had another seizure and just went stiff.
Oh.
And they thought he had passed, but fortunately he still had a very faint heartbeat, and that's when we decided we would try and get him over to the animal referral hospital. He had a horrible big, literally rotting burst abscess on his hip. So it wasn't just the dehydration and malnutrition. He had some sort of injury. We've no idea what it is or what happened to him, but it's all improving now. There were so many wonderful nurses and vets that helped Rigel. I can't name them all, but there was one who definitely helped out, Michelle Keatley. She was just fabulous. She was a regular that weekend, and she just, kept us up to date with what was happening and what Rigel needed, and they were just all of them were so welcoming and helpful and reassuring that they were doing all that they could to try and save his life, and ultimately they did.
Oh, that's so good to hear. Thank you. Now, before we tell people about Rigel's Road to Recovery Facebook page, how's he going now?
We are having to take him to the vets on we're now going every second day to the vets.
Right.
We don't have to go every day now, but he has to be regularly monitored and checking that he's not displaying re-feeding syndrome symptoms and checking his weight. We're hoping to get him back to his 6-kilogram glory. He was just on 3 kilos when he was found, so he'd lost half of his body weight and all his muscle mass.
Okay. So, hopefully you've got all the barriers in place now, and Rigel can snuggle up on the electric blanket once more with you, hopefully.
Yes, he certainly does. Every day he's getting stronger and improving. And
excellent. Oh, well, that's great to hear. Now, tell me about your Rigel Road to Recovery Facebook page you've got. What are you doing there?
Yes, Rigel, when I first created the page while I was trying to find him, had just over 100 people following his page while we were trying to find him. He's now got well over 400 followers, and they're all wanting every day for an update on what's happening with him. And so we keep the page going because there's a lot of people that are also very inspired by his story. A lot of people followed from the beginning because it was so tragically sad that Bella was missing her brother so terribly, and we desperately wanted to reunite them before she passed away. But I like to think now that Bella had to go because she realised Rigel was in a bad way and she needed to guide him home.
Yeah. All right, Melanie. Now, finally, tell us a little bit more about Rigel's Road to Recovery, the Facebook page, and some of the other reasons behind creating this.
Medical expenses have been ridiculously high. It was necessary to give him the fighting chance, but given we just spent $4,000 on trying to keep Bella alive while we looked for Rigel, the bills have just mounted up, and so we've created a GoFundMe page as we had quite a lot of people ringing up the Animal Referral Hospital and also messaging us and saying, look, we really want to help.
Oh, that's lovely.
And,
it's really good when the community comes together like that. And look, any medical care, whether it's human or animal, can be expensive, and especially if you're not prepared for it at the time. So we'll send people off to...
But how do you put a price on a loved one?
You can't, and you don't.
Can't.
No, but it's wonderful that you and your family have, gone down that hard road, let's call it, and taken care of all that on behalf of your obviously much-loved animals. What we'll do is we'll send people off to... The best place is Rigel Road to Recovery, the Facebook page. Is that right?
Yes, that's it. Rigel Road to Recovery, against the odds.
Alrighty.
I'd just like to take this opportunity to say an absolutely huge thank you to the Animal Referral Hospital. The work they did was absolutely amazing, and without their help, Rigel would not be here today. And I just want to say thank you to all of the community that pitched in and are still pitching in and helping with Rigel and on his road to recovery. It's really appreciated, and thank you all.
Good on you. Thanks, Melanie. You're a wonderful cat mum, that's for sure.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it.